on your shoulder or tell you they love you or you're forgiven, or to be with you in the crucible of life. Because those people are disciples, right? They're coming alongside you. They're being like Jesus. It's meant to be lived together. We're together. We go farther together. The old African proverb, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. We need each other. There's all kinds of illustrations in geese flying a V, right? The V formation. One goose is out front, and when he gets tired, the other geese fall in. It's easier. They cut the wind in front of them. I used to ride road bikes a long time ago, and I loved riding in packs with other people because it's easy. Somebody's cutting the wind. Somebody's leading the way, and occasionally you take your shot at the lead, and when you get tired, you drop back. We need people. It's this journey, this process of becoming a disciple is meant to be done together in community. Jesus calls the 12, right? Then he sends them out in pairs. He always sends people out. It's safer together. Alone is dangerous. It really is dangerous. So I'm going to interrupt this message real quickly. How do I get connected in community here? I don't know how to get connected. I want community, but I'm not quite sure how to find that. A couple ways to do it. We launched some groups back in the fall. They're called Family Fellowship Meals, and they come with a criteria. You have to be able to do one thing if you want to be in one of these groups. You have to be able to eat. That's it. That's it. Really, if you don't even want to talk, that's fine. Just go and eat. But we've got maybe, 6 or 8 of these, and we're still building these. Get in one of these. They're real unassuming. I know all the groups that have formed, most of them love each other, or they've come to love each other, or they're starting to like each other at least. And if you don't like your group, you can leave it. That's fine. We'll find another group for you, but just get connected. A couple of small groups that are going on right now. We have a ladies group that meets on Wednesday night right here. My wife, Lisa, leads that every Wednesday, 7 o'clock, right? Every Wednesday, 7 o'clock. I've been doing a discipleship group, which I love, and a number of people have been involved in that. And we're gonna season 1 of that is over. We've been going since August, I think. We're gonna restart on February 20th. Amazing teachings. Amazing group. I love these people. And we do it on Zoom. So you can do it from the comfort of your home. You don't have to do anything. Just click the button. You can even keep your camera off if you want. But get connected. Get in something. And then we have a brand new group, and this sounds like a fun group. It's called the Barbecue Group for Guys. Wow, okay. First service was like, yeah, sign me up. These guys, all they do is barbecue. That's it. And they liked it so much, they thought, we're going to do an event in the spring, in April. We're going to do a barbecue for hope. And they're going to try to do a fundraiser for the women's shelter here. And you get to come and eat ribs and judge ribs. And so if you're a guy and you like to barbecue, or maybe you even want to learn about barbecuing, just join them. That's all they do. I know a couple of you guys are in it already. And it's just barbecuing. But that community is so vital. How do I get involved in that? A couple ways. There's a QR code on the seats in front of you. Put your phone over that. Opens up our link tree. There's links to everything in there. Our website has everything on it. Just find the calendar, find the group, find that. Click on it. There's ways to sign up, ways to register. So get connected. Get connected. So first thing is this journey, this process is never meant to be done alone. It's meant to be done in community. Second thing is this process takes a time. It is an instant. And I'm an instant person. It's a journey. It's a process. It's a marathon. Hebrews 12:1 says, therefore, since we are surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses. Now, we don't know if he's talking about the saints that went before or even the saints that are, but a great cloud of people. Let us throw off everything that hinders the sin that so easily entangles, and let us run with perseverance the race marked out for us. The race he's talking about is a marathon. A marathon, it takes some time. This journey of becoming a disciple is just one step followed by another step followed by another step. It's not I'm there instantly. It takes time. It's a process. It's a learning process. It takes people. It's done over time. And it's done following some disciplines. And this is the part where you're going to check out because people don't like disciplines. But if you're going to change, if you're going to get better, and this is about getting better as a human being, as a follower of Jesus, there's some disciplines we have to engage in, spiritual disciplines. And so over the next 40 days, the Lent season, and even post-Easter, we're going to talk about one of these disciplines every week. But the object of the discipline isn't just so you have something else to do. And I know a lot of you are like, I'm busy enough. I don't want to add another thing to my to-do list because that's going to push me over the edge. This is not a list. You go, well, I read my Bible, check. I prayed, check. I went to church, check. No, that's the wrong idea. The why is so you can become more like Christ. That's the why. I'm becoming more like Christ. Not so you can check off a list and get to heaven. That's not it. And these disciplines, some of them can be done alone and probably should be done alone, but all of them are meant to be done together. There's beauty in togetherness. As the church, the gathering of the saints, right? The fellowship of the believers. We came together, prayed together, ate together. Yeah, together. We need alone and together. And the key word in all of these is this. You have to do it. You can't just read about it. You can't just hear about it. You have to do it. I read this quote a couple weeks ago. Leadership, like swimming, cannot be learned by reading about it. Yes? You can't learn to swim by reading about it. You got to get in the pool, right? So you got to get in the pool and go under a few times, and hopefully you learn how to swim. I would say you could drop discipleship in here in the place of leadership. Discipleship, like swimming, cannot be learned by reading about it. You have to do it. But what if I fail? Grace, amazing grace, beautiful grace, forgiveness. It's around us all the time. It's a process. It's a journey with these disciplines that we plug into our life. So throughout this series, we're going to talk about a topic each week, and it's going to give you a chance to do something, right? And it's not just for for checking it off. It's because you want to be more like Christ. And it's going to be found in your everyday life. Everyday life. You're walking around, getting up, going to school, going to work, taking care of the kids, making dinner, cleaning the house, checking on everyday life. You get to be a disciple. Everyday life. Richard Foster says this, the discovery of God lies in the daily and the ordinary, not in the spectacular and the heroic. If we cannot find God in the routines of home and shop, then we will not find him at all. Yeah. We find God in the everyday, ordinary life. That's where he's found. Your process, becoming a disciple, is found in the ordinary, your ordinary day. Now we come together, we celebrate, we grieve, we encourage, we do all those things together so we can go back out there and live life to the fullest. We get connected. When we need help, there's someone there. We need someone alongside us, there's someone there. We need encouragement, there's someone there. We do it together in ordinary life. This is interesting, but Jesus, although he was the Son of God and he was born to a virgin, he lived a very ordinary life for 30 years. Very ordinary. Born to parents who basically lived in obscurity and poverty in a little town called Nazareth. Nothing good ever comes from Nazareth, one of the disciples said. His dad was a carpenter. Nothing special about Jesus, the scripture says. He was very ordinary. At the age of 12, Mary and Joseph and Jesus are in Jerusalem at the temple. I think it was Passover. And Mary and Joseph leave and they forget Jesus. Anybody ever done that? So Jesus is left behind. And they get a couple days down the road and they're like, hey, where's Jesus? And so they go back to the temple and they find him in the temple. And he says, and Mary, she's like, Mom, what are you doing here, son? And Jesus says, did you not know that I must be about my Father's business? At the age of 12, Jesus understands his calling. Well, he is God, but he understood it. His everyday life, he was about his Father's business. Ordinary life, his everyday life. So, we're on a journey to become like disciples, to be like Jesus. And if you want to know what a disciple looks like, all you have to do is look around. people next to you, people behind you. That's what a disciple looks like. A follower of Jesus who is making a difference in the world. We're called to become peace and harmony in the chaos of the world. The shalom to the chaos. The peace to the people that are just out of control and can't find any hope. Community of Hope, the name was given because I wanted to bring hope to hopeless people. I wanted to step into their chaos and hopefully find them some peace in the form of a person named Jesus who came and died for them. But I had to be involved with them. I had to walk beside them. And as followers of Jesus, that's what we do. And it takes all of you doing whatever sometimes it's just a kind word. You know, be nice. That's a hallmark of a disciple, by the way. We're nice. Yeah, just nice. A friend of mine said, the other day he was at Aldi and they were, I guess you have to pay for your carts at Aldi. They cost $0.25. And there was a lady there and she didn't have $0.25. She couldn't get her cart. And he was like, here's $0.25. This lady just like, oh, thank you so much. And he was rewarded with joy. If it cost him $0.25, that's being a disciple. Stepping into the chaos of someone else's life to provide some hope and some shalom, some harmony, some peace. It's risky business, by the way, but we do it together. We come together. That's what a disciple looks like. It's going to cost you. It's going to cost you time, talents, treasures. It's going to cost you, but it comes with the ultimate reward. I mean, one day we get heaven. That's a given, right? But it comes with joy today, unspeakable joy. The greatest gift ever, the joy of Christ, the joy of knowing Christ, the joy of peace in the midst of our own chaos. Remaining strong on that stone, right, that solid rock, where even if the storms do come, and they will come, and the winds will come, and they will beat down upon us, but we will not be washed away if we build our house on the firm foundation of Jesus. So today we're going to practice one of these disciplines. We're going to talk more about this discipline in a few weeks. But I didn't want you to leave today thinking, so much, I don't know if I can do this. One of these disciplines is rest. Rest. Scriptures are clear that we need rest. Psalms 23, you know the psalm? Psalms 23, David, the psalmist, he says, he makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the quiet waters. Quiet waters. He restores my soul. Now, I've always thought, I get pictures in my head when I read the scriptures, like this is what David's talking about. And so when I think about a green pasture, what do you think about when you hear the word green pasture? Being from Arizona, I think of a golf course. Because that's really the only place you're going to find a green pasture. Some people from the Midwest are like, we got green pastures everywhere. Not here so much. You can go out and find some. But I always thought of like this really beautiful golf course. And the psalmist is saying, just go out there and take a nap. Yes, right? But this is not what David was talking about. I got a picture of the green pastures that he was talking about. So this is Israel. This is actually a picture taken from Israel. And this is a shepherd boy with his sheep, current modern day. Obviously, this is not David. They didn't have cameras then. But this is the green pastures. So Israel's very arid, very dry. They don't get a lot of rain. This hillside is a place where the wind will blow the humidity off the lake. And the sheep, the goats, they cut these trails across these hills, and they eat these small green bushes. And this is green pastures. So when David says, he makes me lie down in green pastures, it's an active rest. Got to keep moving. Although it's rest. We rest in God. We rest in him. It's not I'm just going to lay down on the golf course and go to sleep. Now, that's okay if you want to do that. I'm not saying you can't lay down on the golf course. I would love to do that right now. But in our spiritual life, in our everyday life, in our journeying with Jesus, it's about, hey, I can rest here, but I got to continue to eat, right? I got to continue to feed myself and nourish myself. So he makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters so I can drink. Still waters. He restores my soul. In Matthew 11:28, Jesus says, "Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy, and my burden is light." Now, the yoke there, when we think of a yoke, we think of, being yoked. These are oxen. That the yoke is the big board between there, right? They're hooked together. They're physically together. They're right next to each other. They usually pull a plow together. And so this may have been what Jesus was looking for. You're with me. It's easy. It's light. I will restore your soul. The word yoke can also mean teaching. The teaching I have for you is easy. And not so much, Jesus. Will remain in me, and I will remain in you. And you will produce much fruit. And they will know you are my disciples by the way you love one another. Walk with me. Walk with me. Let's go on a journey together. Let's become disciples who make disciples. Because these first disciples would start the church, us, and leave this in our hands. So as we end today, I'm going to invite you to communion. I'm going to invite you to take the bread and the cup. Why don't you go ahead and stand? And this cup represents the blood of Christ. God gave it all, everything he had. He poured out his very son who became like us and then not only became one of us, but died for us. He gave it. It's an action. And Jesus says, this bread represents my body broken for you. And then he says, take it and eat it and drink it. Because you're not done yet. You're not done yet. If someone came to me today and said, Rusty, you're as good as you're ever going to be, I would just fall apart. Like, I'm done? This is it? No, we can't stop. I want to be better tomorrow than I was today. Better spiritually. I want to be a better dad, a better grandpa now, better pastor, better husband. I want to be a better disciple. I want to be better than I was yesterday. That's the process of discipleship. Better than yesterday, better than last week, better than last year. And so these disciplines, as we take them on, they help us get better. We don't get there quickly. It takes a minute. It's going to take others. You cannot go alone. It will take others. But this is the process of being a disciple. So we can carry out the Great Commission and go make them. Part of God's plan for humanity. Let's pray. God, we're just so grateful. First of all, God, we're grateful that you would forgive us in spite of us. In spite of our sin, our brokenness. That you decided that you would send your one and only Son into the world as a sacrifice on our behalf so we could be reconciled to you. So we could step back into the plan that you set out so many thousands of years ago. To be the peace and the love and the grace in a broken and chaotic world. That we could be a part of that. In our everyday life, we could find that purpose. And as we take this bread and this cup today, we covenant with you that we will follow Jesus' way. That we'll do it together. We'll become better. We'll become like you, Jesus. We just pray this in your name. Amen. You're free to come forward or in the back and take the elements. Just return to your seat.
Worthy of every song we could ever sing, worthy of all the praise we could ever bring, worthy of every breath we could ever breathe. We live for you, Jesus, the name above every other name. Jesus, the only one who could ever save. Jesus, the living breath we could ever breathe. We live for you. Oh, we live for you. And holy, there is no one like you. There is none beside you. Open up my eyes in wonder and show me who you are and fill me with your heart and lead me in your love to those around me. Worthy of every song we could ever sing. Worthy of all the praise we could ever bring. Worthy of every breath we could ever breathe. We live for you. Jesus, the name above every other name. Jesus, the only one who could ever save. Worthy of every breath we could ever breathe. We live for you. And holy, there is no one like you. There is none beside you. Open up my eyes in wonder and show me who you are and fill me with your heart and lead me in your love to those around me. And holy, there is no one like you. There is none beside you. Open up my eyes in wonder and show me who you are and fill me with your heart and lead me in your love to those around me. And I will build my life upon your love.
So glad you came today. Good to have you. If you're new, if I haven't had a chance to meet you, I'm going to slip right out here and grab you outside the door. Love to just meet you and get introduced to you. If you're a part of our church, we have our annual business meeting in about 5 minutes. I'll be back in here and finish my day. So you're welcome to stay if you're going to be a part of that. May God's grace and peace go with you.